So how about if we bring up a picture of the parking garage so that everyone can see what it looks like. What we have here is just a rendering, a picture of the William Street, the 4th and William parking deck, which is slightly smaller than what the what is going to be built, because it's approximately 850 cars as opposed to the 1,000 or up to 1,600 that will, pardon me, that will be added. And so we're anticipating what? How high it will go? Probably when they add the, get up to the 1,600, that'll be close to the M, is that?
I think so, yeah, yeah.
Do you want to say anything about the impact of something this huge on the view in the river valley?
Definitely. From the viewscape perspective, there is a bike path on the north side, so to be the side that we're looking at right now, that goes very close to Fuller Road there. And at this point, there is some green space on both sides of that bicycle and walking path. And a person walking or biking along that area would have a very steep wall nearby that would make it a very different experience. It would make it definitely an urban experience there, as opposed to a park-like experience that we have now. It's at least park-like right now, even though it's next to a parking lot.
Okay. Do you have we have another picture that you want to show?
Well, I think one picture I'd like to show, well, actually, let's stay on the pictures. And here's this is a photo that is from looking from the south to the north, and it shows East Medical Center Drive and some buildup of traffic on the left. There's a bus, and looking to the road that goes to the right is actually Fuller Road. And you can see down in tucked in the center right, a little bit of the parking lot that exists today, and beyond that is Fuller Pool. If someone, if this structure is built, there are some light poles in there. The structure that we would expect to see would be at least taller than those light poles. So the structure, the building structure, would be much higher and much more intrusive into this visionscape. We probably wouldn't even see Fuller Pool. It would not look pastoral, as there is a sense of something like that here today.
So all that green that we're seeing across the road becomes
a wall.
A wall, right? That is what we'll see, and that's also, I think, what patients from the hospital will see.
Oh, definitely. The view from the hospital rooms will be much interrupted, and I think what you'd see is the top of a parking deck with maybe some cars in there, and maybe you would see a little bit of Fuller Pool, but I'm not sure.
Right.
Nancy, I think also at this point people have to decide if they want, what we have now is the gateway into Ann Arbor.
Yes.
Fairly green yet left, without parking. But I think also that it would be, the promoters of this are now talking about it being the gateway. And so people have to decide which one they really want. I mean, which one will suit the city. If we really are Tree City, people should start thinking about what is going to go on with the rest of the river system. If this is allowed to go through, this is just a start, and it's good for people to have that awareness.
Right. I think that's a good point you make about this being a start, because there's precedent. I think there are a lot of precedents here, and perhaps we can discuss some of them. The mayor says this land is already a parking lot. All right. So he's setting this precedent, right? So it's no longer functioning as a park, he says. And therefore it's precedent. But then there is this contradiction. He also says, well, the other land that we're leasing or renting or allowing the U of M, whatever the agreement, to use for parking, well, once we have this huge parking garage, maybe they won't have to park there, so we can reclaim the land. I'm asking you to comment on this dichotomy. In one place we can save the land, in another place we can't.
I think he's referring to what they think will happen, and that is because we have all this extra structure parking, some of the service lots that are on park property, they have been for a long time, that are rented out to the university, those will be able to be shrunk or or eliminated. So I think that's how he's thinking, that perhaps this would actually create some green space. But there's a lot of twists and turns, I think, in that, and I just think that the way that they're going about this and what they're saying when they do talk about it has so far been very superficial, and
Right.
And I think that the challenge here is for, like, when people look at it as it is now, this park area, this parking area, the paid parking area, they will think that 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 there can be something that can be disruptive just by its look now, but the people forget that there's so many other issues and that apply here. It's much more complicated than just that. But I think that people take a superficial look at this as being, it's just a parking lot. Why not put an 8-story or 6-story,
So that
garage on top
raises
of
the
it?
question, about permanence.